You're standing in your kitchen reaching for that familiar tin at breakfast. Beans on toast, a British classic, part of the full English. Protein-rich, healthy, wholesome. Or so you've been told your entire life. But what if I told you that some of the most trusted baked bean brands sitting in your cupboard right now contain more sugar per serving than chocolate bars? That the thick tomato sauce coating those beans is not actually made from tomatoes at all? That you are feeding your family ultra-processed food deliberately engineered for addiction rather than nutrition? The amount of sugar may surprise you. For decades, British families have been sold a massive LIE. Baked beans were marketed as healthy, wholesome family food. A quick, nutritious meal, something you could feel good about serving your children. A proper part of British food culture. But the truth is far more disturbing than you ever imagined. Modern baked beans have been quietly transformed from simple preserved legumes into sugar-soaked industrial products packed with chemicals, thickeners, modified starches, and additives that no traditional cook would ever dream of using. The beans your grandparents ate were nothing like what is sold today. We spent weeks testing 10 major baked bean brands sold across UK supermarkets. We analysed ingredient lists line by line. We compared sugar and salt content. We uncovered shocking processing methods the manufacturers do not want you to know about. What we found will fundamentally change how you look at that innocent-looking tin forever. These are the 10 worst baked bean brands you should never buy. Starting with number 10. Morrisons Savours Baked Beans, the cheapest option on the shelf, 30 pence per tin. And there is a reason it costs so little. Morrisons Savours beans contain over 12 grams of sugar per serving. That's 3 teaspoons of sugar in what is supposed to be a savoury meal. Water and sugar are the first 2 ingredients. Beans come third. You are literally buying sugar water with some beans floating in it. A former employee revealed that Savours products are sourced from wherever is cheapest that week. No consistent supplier, no quality baseline. If beans from one country are a penny cheaper, they switch regardless of quality. The beans themselves are tiny, almost pea-sized. These are either immature beans harvested too early or the cheapest small variety available. Either way, you are getting dramatically fewer actual beans per tin. Heat them and they disintegrate into mush within minutes, losing all structure. They have a strange chemical metallic aftertaste that should not exist in beans and tomato sauce. The sauce separates after heating, with liquid rising to the top and beans sinking into dense sludge at the bottom. Properly made beans maintain a cohesive sauce. This separation screams cheap ingredients and poor manufacturing process. When you are paying 30 pence, you are getting exactly what you paid for. Tesco Everyday Value Baked Beans. Another budget option with a catastrophic problem. Inconsistent quality between batches. Food testers bought 5 tins over 1 month. Every single tin was different. Some had thick sauce, others were watery. Some beans were firm, others were complete mush. A food safety inspector said this indicates serious manufacturing problems. The sugar content matches Morrisons at 11 grams per serving. But Tesco uses both sugar and glucose-fructose syrup together, hitting you with multiple sweeteners simultaneously that spike your blood glucose in different ways. The sauce contains caramel colouring created using ammonia and sulfites. Those processes produce compounds linked to cancer in animal studies. This is not natural colouring. It is industrial chemical processing. Tesco sources beans from multiple countries with zero transparency. The packaging does not specify origin. When investigators contacted Tesco for information about bean suppliers or quality standards, they refused to provide any details whatsoever. That lack of transparency is a massive red flag. What are they hiding? The tins have a metallic taste that lingers in your mouth long after eating, suggesting poor quality coating or chemicals leaching from the can lining directly into your food. Either way, you should not be tasting metal when you eat beans. A Tesco employee admitted everyday value products are loss leaders sold at cost to attract shoppers. Aldi corale baked beans, rock-bottom prices with serious quality compromises. Open a tin and at least a quarter of the beans are split open or falling apart. These are the lowest grade beans every other manufacturer rejected. The sauce contains no actual tomatoes. It is reconstituted tomato paste cut with water, sugar, and thickeners. An Aldi supplier revealed the company demands prices so low that maintaining any quality becomes completely impossible. You have to use the absolute cheapest ingredients available, cut every possible corner, maximize efficiency above everything else. There is no room for quality in the razor-thin margins Aldi demands from suppliers. The sugar content exceeds 11 grams per serving. For a product that costs just 40 pence, that sugar represents a significant portion of the cost breakdown. You are literally paying for sugar with a few beans thrown in as an afterthought. The beans are sourced from wherever Aldi negotiates the cheapest deal that particular week. No consistency between batches, no quality standards, no welfare considerations, just price. The beans in your tin this week might be from a completely different country and supplier than your tin last week. The texture is mealy with an almost sandy quality. The sauce has a strange artificial sweetness suggesting chemical flavor enhancers. One food tester found a slightly bulging tin suggesting fermentation or bacterial contamination. Asda smartprice baked beans are the budget option millions of families buy, without questioning what they are feeding their children. These beans contain over 11 grams of sugar per serving. The ingredient list is alarming. The ingredients are beans, water, sugar, modified corn flour, salt, spirit vinegar, and spice extracts. Notice what is missing? No tomato. The sauce has no actual tomatoes. It is water thickened with modified corn flour and colored to look like tomato sauce. A former buyer revealed smartprice products are made to hit the absolute lowest price point possible. Quality does not matter. The beans themselves are tiny and irregular, with wildly different sizes in every single tin. Many split open with skins falling off. These are rejected beans that other manufacturers would not accept for their own brand products. They are the bottom of the barrel. The sauce is unnaturally thick and gloopy, like wallpaper paste. That is the modified corn flour creating a gelatinous texture that mimics real tomato sauce without containing any actual tomatoes. The tins use the cheapest cans possible with a questionable interior coating. Many cheap food cans are lined with epoxy resins containing BPA, a hormone-disrupting chemical that leaches directly into your food. Asda will not confirm whether smartprice tins are BPA-free, which tells you everything you need to know. Sainsbury's baked beans. You'd expect better from a supermarket positioning itself as quality-focused, but their beans reveal how even premium retailers cut corners. The sugar content sits at 10 grams per serving. That's over 2 teaspoons in what is marketed as a savory staple food. The sauce uses glucose fructose syrup and regular sugar, hitting you with multiple sweetener types at once. It contains modified cornstarch, an industrial thickener that is chemically altered to change its properties. That thickener is used to create the illusion of a rich sauce without using enough actual tomatoes. The beans are sourced from industrial agriculture with absolutely no transparency about origin or farming practices. When you eat Sainsbury's beans, you have no idea which country they came from, how they were grown, or what conditions the workers faced. Processing prioritizes shelf life over nutrition, and beans are cooked at extremely high temperatures under pressure, which destroys fiber structure and makes them harder for your body to digest properly. Consumer complaints focus on a one-dimensional flavor, just sweet and salty with no complexity. The sauce clings to the beans like glue because of excessive thickeners, creating a gluey, starchy mouthfeel. You are paying premium prices for the same ultra-processed sugar bomb found in budget brands. HP Baked Beans, a brand trading entirely on British heritage, while delivering a formula that betrays everything traditional British food represented. The sugar content is staggering, 13 grams of sugar per serving, more sugar than some chocolate bars, 3¼ teaspoons in a single serving. HP uses glucose fructose syrup processed from corn, using enzymes and chemicals. A food scientist who worked with HP revealed the recipe has been cost-engineered to death. Every reformulation removes quality and adds cheaper ingredients. What is sold today has almost nothing in common with HP beans from 20 years ago. The beans are sourced from whichever country offers the lowest price that week. Under microscope examination, HP beans show disturbing degradation. Bean skins are breaking down and disintegrating. The interior structure is mushy and degraded. Processing temperatures are so high that fiber structures break down and nutritional value is destroyed. Heinz Bean Snap Pots. Maximum convenience, minimum nutrition. Packaged to target busy people and children. They are marketed as a perfect lunchbox addition, an easy snack, a portion-controlled healthy option. But there is nothing healthy about them. Heinz has taken an already sugar-heavy formula and repackaged it to encourage more frequent consumption, especially among children. Why are we normalizing beans as a snack food? Beans used to be part of proper cooked meals. Today, Heinz has convinced parents these pots are acceptable standalone snacks. Children eat sweetened beans cold from plastic pots as if they were fruit or nuts. The pots are small, so people have one mid-morning and another at lunch. But it is the same problematic formula: sugar, modified starch, excessive sodium, concentrated into a small pot that seems harmless because of its size. Portion control only works if the product is healthy to begin with. Prince's Baked Beans, a brand people trust because it has been around for decades, but their beans are shockingly poor quality. The sugar content exceeds 10 grams per serving. Prince's uses multiple types of sweetener, including sugar, glucose syrup, and dextrose, each listed separately. This trick keeps sugar from appearing as the first ingredient, while still loading the product with sweeteners. The sauce is made from tomato paste from concentrate. Tomatoes are cooked down and concentrated, then reconstituted with water. That process destroys nutrients and natural flavor. An industry worker revealed Prince's buys tomato paste from the cheapest global suppliers in China, Turkey, and Italy, wherever is cheapest. When investigators contacted Prince's about their supply chain, they provided vague statements and refused to specify countries or quality standards. The tins are lined with materials Prince's will not fully disclose. When investigators pressed about BPA, Prince's offered generic reassurances but no specific information. Heinz Beans, no added sugar. You might be surprised to see Heinz here. They are the market leader, but not the no added sugar variety. Heinz markets these as a healthier option, but look at what replaced the sugar: artificial sweeteners, including sucralose. Sucralose is created by chlorinating sugar molecules. It has been linked to gut bacteria disruption, reduced insulin sensitivity, and potential metabolic impacts. A nutritionist stated that no added sugar products are often worse than the original. Artificial sweeteners can be more harmful than sugar. They disrupt natural taste receptors and do not satisfy hunger like real food. The salt content is actually higher in the no added sugar version. It is nearly 1.2 grams per serving. When you remove sugar, manufacturers add more salt to make it palatable. You are trading sugar for sodium, which is arguably worse for cardiovascular health. The aftertaste is the worst part. Artificial sweeteners leave a lingering chemical taste: bitter, metallic, and unpleasant. You can taste it 4 minutes after eating. Heinz uses this product to health wash their brand, simply replacing one problematic ingredient with another. Branson Baked Beans, the brand that positioned itself as the bold alternative to Heinz, the one with extra flavor, the supposedly superior British choice that would change how you think about beans forever. But Branson represents everything wrong with modern baked bean manufacturing. It does not just match the problems of other brands, it actively exceeds them while pretending to be better. The sugar content approaches 10 grams per serving, sometimes higher depending on which variety you buy. Branson uses glucose-fructose syrup, a highly processed sweetener made from corn. This syrup causes more dramatic blood sugar spikes than regular sugar and has been linked to insulin resistance and fatty liver disease in multiple scientific studies. The sauce is thickened with modified maize starch, chemically altered cornstarch processed to change its natural properties. An industrial thickener creates the illusion of a rich sauce without using real ingredients or enough actual tomatoes. Branson also contains spirit vinegar made from petroleum derivatives, synthetic acetic acid. You are literally eating petrochemicals in a product marketed as wholesome British food. The salt content is excessive, nearly 1 gram per serving. The beans are the cheapest variety available, small and inconsistent in size, often split or damaged. When you open a tin, notice how much liquid there is. You are paying for a tin that is 60% sauce and only 40% beans. An industry insider revealed Branson buys beans from wherever is cheapest globally that week. No consistency, no quality standards. They positioned themselves as the alternative to Heinz through aggressive marketing. The Great British Bean Poll, bold flavour, the British choice. But behind the advertising, Branson is just another ultra-processed industrial product with maximum sugar for addictive flavour. So what should you actually do? Stop buying these 10 brands immediately. They are sugar bombs with minimal real nutrition. The processing has destroyed whatever health benefits beans naturally have. Make beans yourself from dried haricot beans, fresh tomatoes, and a minimal amount of sweetener. It takes time, but you control exactly what goes in. Or buy organic brands with short ingredient lists you can actually understand. Brands like Biona and Whole Earth use real ingredients. Real tomatoes, real beans, no modified starches, no petrochemical vinegar. Yes, they cost more, sometimes twice as much, but you are getting actual food, not industrial sugar sauce pretending to be nutrition. These brands have spent decades training your taste buds to crave sugar, salt, and artificial flavors. They have deliberately engineered products for maximum profit, not for your health or well-being. Every reformulation makes them cheaper to produce and more addictive to consume. The moment we stop accepting these ultra-processed sugar traps, the moment we demand real ingredients and honest formulations, that is when the industry is forced to change. But it starts with you making different choices today. Your health is worth more than 30 pence saved on a tin of chemical beans. Your family deserves food that nourishes rather than harms. British food culture deserves better than what these manufacturers have reduced it to. Which brand shocked you most? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this investigation opened your eyes, share it with everyone you know. Subscribe for more food industry investigations, because what you do not know really can hurt you.